Hello, you amazing humans. Ah! I am going live here for the first time because here is a thing that I have filmed 2 videos from start to stop, and then I started to edit, and I have got caught in some kind of perfectionism, and I felt like this is not good enough. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna catch myself. Lipstick on track. Yeah, this is an imperfect human. I'm just gonna go live because then I can't do anything about it. So yeah, and we're gonna talk about time today, if you have time. See what I did there? Yeah. So the context is that I just went live on my Instagram, and when I go live on Instagram, I have so much energy. So I needed to do something with this energy. So I thought that YouTube would be a great place because I want to show up a lot more here. I have so much more to tell you. By the way, I have an old trip from last year, and I have the best footage ever when, yeah, I don't know how much can I say here. But let's say that me and my friend filmed, and there were a lot of interesting things that came out. Yeah, from a mushroom trip. Can I say that without getting banned? And I want to share that, but the thing that has blocked me from sharing this trip is that it contains music. So I am afraid that my whole channel is gonna go down, but I think it's fine from the people I've been asking. So I'm probably gonna post a trip report from that. Like, yeah. Anyhow, let's talk about time because that's today's topic. My burgerizing is spotting that the lens is getting a little dirty. Can we do something about it? Is this? Ooh, it's a lot better. So let's talk about time. Time is an illusion, as you probably know. It is a measure stick that we have to be able to navigate the third dimension. And the reason I want to share this with you today is that a way that they are taking control of us is by making us think that we are powerless when it comes to time. So that's very, very important to understand, because I think a lot of us are aware, if you are on a personal development journey, that it's important to have an abundance mindset when it comes to money, for example. But it's as important, I would say, to have an abundance mindset when it comes to time. It is very important. The way you think about time, the way you speak about time determines how much time you have. And this sounds very metaphysical because it is very metaphysical, because time, as I said, it only exists in 3D. So you basically fabricate time by your energy, by the beliefs you have around time. So, for example, if you're constantly saying, I don't have time, I'm running out of time, there is not enough hours in the day, that is also what's going to manifest. And the reason I'm so passionate talking about time specifically is that I have been so scarce. I've had such a lack mentality when it comes to time. And I've always felt like there is not enough time. I've always felt like I am chastened by time. And always, as a consequence, being in a constant fight and flight mode. And that is very unhealthy, because fight and flight is a trauma response. And and that's basically coming all the way from my upbringing and the way that I saw my parents model their relationship to time, because that's where we get also our idea around time. And if our parents or caregivers were very stressed around time, and the way you saw was that they were always in the stress state, they always tried to squeeze in one more thing in the day, it is likely that you take on the same relationship to time, because then you will have that as your blueprint around time, and you will attract experiences that verifies the beliefs that you have around time, because that's how reality works. If you haven't done a lot of conscious work around this, and you seem like, I don't want to replicate that relationship to time that my parents had, my caregivers had. But it is so important. It's as important to reprogram your relationship to time as it is to reprogram your relationship to money. if you want to take the power back over your life experience and reach higher states of consciousness. So the way that you can do this is 3 steps, I would say. The first step to change is always awareness. Awareness is the first step to change. Become aware of how you think about time and also how you speak about time. Are you constantly saying, oh, I wish there were more hours in the day. I don't have time for this. I'm running out of time. Any variation of that. Just start by being aware. Try to catch yourself, and then you already get a bonus point every time you catch yourself. The second is to journal. So you can take a little paper and pen and you write down what I want to believe instead. Because that is a power that we have as humans. We can decide how we want to relate to everything around us. So if you feel like I don't have time, maybe the opposite belief would be I always have time. I am in control of my time. If you feel like time is controlling you, I'm in control of my time. So write down all the things you want to believe about time instead. It's very powerful. And a thing that you can do is that you take the old beliefs on one side and you can tear up the old beliefs. Just declare to the universe that you are done with them, that they are out of your system and of your reality. Another thing you can do, like I don't want to condone any riskful behavior, but I like to do fire rituals. So if you have access to a safe fire or even a candle and you are in a safe space, you can also burn the old beliefs around time. Because the element of fire is the element of transmutation. It's a very powerful way of letting go of the old. And then before you burn them up, you write the opposite of each limiting beliefs and okay, this is what I want to believe about time instead. And those new beliefs, of course, you don't tear them up, you keep them, put them in a little frame on the wall. You can keep them with you, you can put them under your pillow, anything to just have them close by. And that's your new programming around time. That's just a very important, it can be a very beautiful ritual, a beautiful step of declaring that I am done being ruled by time. And now is the time when I become the ruler of my time. And some new beliefs, some empowering beliefs that you can have is that when I am busy, when I have a lot of things to do, I attract time. Time gathers around me. Time supports me. Okay, I am a magnet for time. And because remember also that the fundamental unit of the universe is not time, it's energy. And that is why time responds to your energy, because time is an emergent property rather than a fundamental property. So it responds to your energy and your beliefs. But that's good news because that means that you can decide how you want to respond to time. And a third thing that you can do around time is to act the opposite of the limiting belief you feel. So if you feel, for example, like I never have time, I'm so stressed, I'm always in a rush, do the opposite, be still. And this can be very, very hard in the beginning and very challenging because time is a lot related to your sense of safety. So probably if you are constantly being active to a fault, it is because you don't feel safe doing nothing at all. So just start by a little piece of time, maybe 2 minutes, when you are in complete stillness and you don't even meditate, you just like, I'm not doing anything, no distractions, just being present. And then you can increase that amount of time. On the other hand, if you feel like time is going so slow, like I'm so stuck in time and it's so slow, it's like going through like clay or melted concrete, do something quick that shifts your energy so that time feels faster. So for example, you can do some jumping, dancing, shaking, but just something that shifts your energy to like a higher energy. And then you're going to perceive time as going faster. I know that this may sound a little out there, or I don't know, but it makes total sense to me. Yeah, because consciousness is not something you can touch, It is out there, it is invisible. And it's only when we can accept these and be open at least at all these concepts that are outside of the normal laws of physics and the material worldview that we can actually see magical changes in our lives. Okay, do we have something more to say about time? Let me know also. This is the first time I go live, as I tell you. Am I a good live host, live teacher? I don't know. Can you maybe chat if you're here watching? Yeah, if you're watching the replay, leave a comment. What is a limiting belief that you are letting go of around time? Because remember, you rule time. Time doesn't rule you. And something else I wanted to say. No, it's everything. Yeah. And just remember, you can also have as an empowering belief. When I think of time, it gathers around me. And remember, when I'm busy, when I have a lot to do, time cushions me. It comes to me. I attract time. So just remember that you are the creator of your reality. And yeah, I mean, I studied quantum physics at university, and the truth is that when we go to like the astro, what is it called? Like the big scale of things, there are a phenomenon like time dilation. When we reach, for example, no, I'm going into deep water here. It was many years since I studied this, but yeah, I'm thinking about the relativity, the theory of relativity. That means, really the time slows down in the presence of massive objects. For example, if you would travel close to a black hole, time would go very, very slowly. And if you have seen the movie Interstellar, you can also see the phenomenon. Like when you are traveling into space, like time goes slower. So that also shows that time isn't something fixed. If you have a hard time believing that time is really just an emergent property, it is responding to your energy. So yeah, even the laws of physics tells this if you look at the theory of relativity. That was very improvised. But let me know if you want more videos of phenomena like this. I have a really interesting video. I told you that I'm gonna post a trip report where I'm actually on shrooms. I'm gonna get banned now. But it's like the best trip ever. Like I rewatched that like every so often, and it was over a year ago. So I think you're gonna love it. And I also have a video about an article that I wrote about the proof that consciousness survives after physical death. And I wrote that article quite a long time ago for a client because I'm also a writer. And it's just mind blowing when you see the actual scientific, I won't say evidence because we don't have any firm evidence, but more suggestions. When you see those suggestions that consciousness actually lives on, there are like so many different ways. There are 12 different ways that are quite strong indicators that something survives physical death and that we are eternal. So yeah, I am going to do a video of that too. So I think that was all I had to say. This was so much fun. All the invisible humans in the hyperspace. Yeah, thank you all, everyone who is here live watching and everyone who's watching the replay. Go out and take the power of your time, and see you in the next